everyone, and welcome to Locks, Life, and Love, where we talk about silver locks, the simple life, and self love. Today, I did my first hair wash, and I went and got my retie, my full retie this week as well. Um, it's so funny how, when you get your hair washed and retied, you think, oh, well, I don't really need my hair retied because it really isn't, it's not time for a retie. It's been 5 weeks for me, and it definitely was time for a retie. And you can't really tell until you get it tied. And so she just braided it back up for me, and I'll keep it that way for a few days at least anyway. But I continue to enjoy the lock journey. It is something that I am embracing more and more each day. It's funny how you go out and you see more people now with locks, and or maybe that I'm just paying attention, but I love again being a part of this community. um, I would say that since I have been part of this community, there is such a great support that exists here. I guess a couple of things that I'd like to talk about today is how you see the journey is so important. I was talking to my loctician today, and she was saying that she's been locked for about 6 or 7 years. And when she first started the journey here, she was saying that, there weren't a lot of other people, to have conversations with around what your hair should look like, or, so she didn't, it was kind of difficult to embrace the journey in the early stages of starter locks. And I was just telling her that the level of confidence that I feel around how my hair looks has so much to do with being able to use YouTube and hearing from a lot of other people who have locks, just about the journey, the importance, and how it is they started and how they saw themselves. And as someone who's been a coach, one of the things I realized is we have to properly see ourselves no matter what it is we do. When we properly see ourselves, then it doesn't matter, how other people see us. And a lot of times, properly seeing ourselves has so much to do with how we feel on the inside, what's going on with us, even at that particular time. One of the things I know for sure is that when I was able to hear some of the other stories of people who were starter locks, and some of them said, they didn't like that starter process either because, it's just like the start of anything. In the beginning, you're uncomfortable because it's new, it's the unknown. And so I think it's so important that when we're on any journey in life, when we're especially embracing the unknown, we have to find a way of not defining that by putting our words to it that can create a negative connotation around that. So what I mean by that is sometimes it's just best to not say anything, and just say, yep, this is a process that I'm in, and not defining it one way or the other until you feel that certainty within yourself, because our words have power. And so when we're using those words, especially to describe ourselves, it can really hinder us from moving forward in our process. And so I think it's so important for us to say, hey, wait a minute, yes, this is new. And just like anything that's new, whether you're in a new relationship, or if you're trying out some new technique in life, or if you're starting a new job, or you're getting new locks, all of it is the same thing. It's about finding that place of comfort for yourselves. And sometime until you find that, it's best not to put any words to it that would bring it to the light in a negative way. Because what happens then is you got to fight over all those words to get to your truth. Whereas if you really in the beginning just say, you know what, this is new, there's so much I don't know about it, but I'm willing to embrace it. And being willing to embrace it brings about a different feeling on the inside of you, which will eventually show up on the outside of you. So I would say, no matter what it is you're doing in life, be careful how you define it, because your definition of it is how you're going to really move through that until you can come to the place where you see it correctly. And so many times it's our inside that is really determining our outside. So if you let the outside determine your story, many times your story is going to be out of whack or and out of alignment with who you are until you get to the place where you see yourself correctly. So I hope today, no matter what it is you're going through, no matter what your situation is or what your circumstance is, if you're entering into a space that is unknown to you, if you're entering into a space that is new for you, embrace that place without having to understand it. Embracing it means that it's okay that you're in this place. You don't have to define it. It's okay to just say, I'm embracing this part of my life and I'm looking forward to what it has to bring to me. That's going to set you off on a better course sooner in life than it will if you talk about it in a negative way. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you again soon.